All, how are we all tonight? Hope we are all doing good. Give me a minute here to share this out, and then we will. We'll put a bunch of names here. Alright. 10. I'm trying to think of some other people. Okay, so we got a bunch of names in there. Hopefully some people come watch. Grab the link. And we'll put it in mines. Maybe catch somebody from there. Hey everybody, how are you tonight? We will be showing what we're doing in a sec, or drawing. I'm just sharing out. Just trying to get some people in. And let's, for anybody that just got Discord, I will go for in Discord too. For anybody who wants to come on that knows. Okay. I'm almost at 240 subs in sub count. That is good. I've actually recently gone down. I'm at 279. Not 279. Sorry, 679. Although I'm slowly growing over on Rumble. Okay, so there we go. Although we want to look at a couple more pictures. Hey Joshua, how are you? I think I will beat you one day, maybe. Depends on what happens in the next little while for me. Hello, Brain Cage. How are you? Hey, Elric. Just getting some reference pictures for the picture I want. Is Brain Cage, is that you, Tank, under a different name? Well, I've been on their Discord, Brain Cage's Discord. So new to you, not so new to me, Cross. I misread the title stream. It's not a radical rooster. I was thinking Ross is getting revenge against Red Rooster. Well, in my other comic verse that I've created, I've got the Mad Rooster. Oh, like that. I think that's the pose we're going to try and go with. Okay, so we're just getting our pose up now for our character. Oh, so has anybody seen that's interested in this? Anybody seen the new preview for the new He-Man? Not Kevin Smith's one, but sort of a CGI animated one. Which is supposed to be coming out next month, the middle of next month. I did see it. It looks okay, not like I'm going to watch it, but it looks okay. Hey, Timothy. Yeah, it looks like a cross between the Power Rangers and He-Man. And maybe a couple other things. I watched 3 seconds of it without sound and then scrolled past it. Looks like it's for little kids. Yeah, I'm gonna probably watch it myself. Doesn't really look like He-Man either, but at least there's not all the controversy over this one compared to the other one. What? He Rangers? Power Man? Also, the new anime Star Wars would guarantee the one called Twins, where the female character is a bad guy and labeled inappropriate. Blah blah blah. Well, out of 7 looks. Well, the Spider-Man trailer looked good too. Okay, so let's see. I do like the appearance of Doc Ock at the end of it from the original trilogy. I did not give Disney the watch minutes for Spider-Man. Well, watch it through somebody else that's doing it, Elric. If Doc Ock was Kathy, it would be Doc Ack. I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, so I don't get it. Well, I'm assuming you don't remember that comic strip. No, draw Raven. I am drawing my character, the Radical Warrior, today. Usually, what we do on the week, or I do on the weekly draw, is draw one of my characters. Hmm. Sounds. I want to see Charlie Cox, Daredevil, as Peter Parker's lawyer, and Toby Spider-Man and villains. Still not a big fan of Tom Holland's Spidey. It needs something I know more room. Cross make a character called Radical Rooster. I would say the other word for rooster, but I don't think that would go. It's Radical Warrior. Cowabunga, dude. Yeah, well, he is from California. He is a surfer. Hey, John! When he's not fighting crime, he's in a van getting faded. No, he does not do drugs, Timothy. What number of the character is this, Rick? 1.2 million? No. Actually, the name. I might have actually come up with this, the basic concept for this, before Canadian Shield. And how are you, John and Mallet? Is this new guy, girl, non-binary woman? No, he is a guy for sure. I'm doing okay. You guess? You only guess? You're not sure? How's thing up? Well, in my part of Canada, all right, could be a lot better though. The list of characters Rick has is massive, as the internet. Only a small percentage is. Have you been arrested yet? No, not yet. I haven't even been fined yet. I will hereby create the character called Radical Rooster, but the other word for rooster. He will be a guy with no direction and believes he's a genius as he runs around fighting crime, but is actually high. Irk disguises. You should live stream yourself being beaten by mountains. That might actually be hard where I live, believe it or not. Being in Ontario, there are Mounties, probably more in Ottawa, around Parliament, but the Parliament buildings. But most, because we have our provincial police, you wouldn't see the RCMP a lot here in Ontario. Rick, why haven't you read the book for Polar Twilight? I don't know. I started reading the second part that you sent, but I got busy and been forgetting to. Has anybody out? Has anybody? Not a chance. Will I vote for that moron? You live in Canada, Cross. It should be too hard, eh? Too hard for what? To get beaten by a Mountie? Watch as they hold the police plate. Hey, Timothy, they gave a ticket to somebody for hugging up here and for shaking hands. Well, like I said, here in Ontario, because we have our provincial police, it's a little harder. Because in the provinces where, yeah, they're the federal police, but we're in the provinces where there is no provincial police, they also act as your state troopers. I just wrote it to recall Newsom. Oh, that's good. I guess. Same here, Dilla, but I will vote in person. Actually, I'm not exactly sure who I'm voting for yet in our election. I know who I'm not voting for, though. I know I'm not voting for Justin Trudeau. I know I'm not voting for Aaron O'Toole, the fool. No, the person didn't get arrested. They just got like $300 or $400 fine for shaking hands. That's when you shake the cop's hand. Yeah, well, then the cop did hand him the ticket without, like any gloves or whatever onto their hand. Holding it's pepper spray for you. 100 days. The slammer. I'm voting for, and I'm definitely not voting for the NDP or the Green Party. Making out the cops start shooting. That's just Republican. He's running for governor here. The biggest problem here right now is as far as at least Hamilton, there's a couple good new parties, or they seem good, but at the same time, I don't know whether they'll be here in Hamilton or not. He wants to replace the gun restrictions California with a tiered system. Britain, not Brighton. Wait, Canadian cops have guns? I thought they cop. No, we have not copied Britain. We still have guns here, Elric, and tasers. It will change what kinds of guns you can own depending on hours of training. Okay, if you have 0 hours of training, what kind of gun can you own then? You can own no gun because you have no hours of training. How does anybody get a gun then? Nobody has any hours of training when they first start out. That's the whole point. Nobody ever gets a gun. 0 equals bolt action. Varmint rifles. Video games count, right? You just tell them you have 40 hours GTA, 40 hours Doom, and 40 hours Quake. And does it go up? I guess what's when do you get another couple types of guns? What what hours? But after 100 hours, you can get access to a semi-automatic high-caliber 30-round mags. Well, I guess that's not too bad for just 100 hours. Which should be great because we haven't been able to get more than 10 round magazines in California for decades. So, if you already have over 100 hours of use, and how do they determine your hours of use? There we go. I guess that ends up becoming a real question. And is there some sort of test at each stage? Yes, training courses would be retroactively counted. Hey, Eagle! Ninja Turtles radical or political radical? Bit of a combination of both, Eagle. Because Christian, and yeah, he does some regular fighting, but a lot of his fighting is done in prayer for godly intervention of some sort. And smokes a ton of weed, bruh. So I guess police officers in that would be able to pick up stuff really fast. He's trying to get hours spent at a licensed range. Also, he's trying to get hours spent at a licensed range to count his training. But what if you just, shoot cans and bottles on your own property? Does that count as training? No? So, yeah, it has to be some, especially because you'll likely be drunk. Hey, you're learning better aim while you're drunk, right? If you shoot better while you're drunk, you shoot better while you're sober. So you have to go somewhere specifically to train for these hours and sort of be monitored. Drunk ass Rick. We can't be lawless. Is that his big smiling mouth? Is what his big smiling mouth? Drunk Rick is above him. Yeah, you would swipe your safety certificate card like an ATM and swipe out when you're done. Only the Lord can. The radical said Hermas. Yeah, it's a mask that I'm drawing. These are his eyes. You don't really see his mouth because it's sort of being covered. Although I might alter it a little bit based on what it's supposed to. Well, John could come on. I think Timothy could come on. Joshua could even come on. Uh, Anybody who wants to come on, just in the Discord, there's an on-air voice channel, which I'm in at the moment, for anybody that wants to come on and talk. Hello.
Well, hello.
How are you today, John?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Rick?
Good, good, good. Yeah, that's
I gotta go mute. I gotta go mute because I'm watching it right now, and now I hear myself.
Oh. Make sure everybody. Can everybody hear John? Right there.
All right, how's my audio now?
It sounds good. A little less staticky.
I turned off the air conditioner. So what you been up to? Have you been keeping to your schedule? I haven't seen you on YouTube in a while.
Yeah, well, I was on last Tuesday. And then, I was on Odyssey for a bit on Thursday. Unfortunately, we didn't have our thing on Sunday, so there was no game, RPG.
That's good though. I had to go to a birthday. My brother and my sister, both their birthdays are this month. So they kind of had their party for on the weekend for both of them. So I had to do that on Sunday. So that's a good thing. Good for me anyway. I was only going to be on for like maybe 2 hours, 2 hours.
Yeah. But
that's cool.
Yeah. Starting September, early September, I'm going to be bringing High Noon back 2 days a week.
Wow.
On the September 6th, Monday, September 6th, I'll be bringing it back, and then it'll be every Monday and Friday at noon. High Noon will be on.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to be going back at it every single day after I get everything fulfilled and wrapped up.
How close are you to
also,
that?
I got a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Probably about a week, 2 weeks. I'm almost finished with all the lettering for the other book. So.
Yeah.
All right, so is it possible for an American citizen to buy property in Canada?
I believe so. I'm not 100% sure. Well, yeah, I know Chinese corporations have. And I know it's possible for Canadian citizens, or at least it was possible for us to buy property in the States, too. But yeah, as far as I know, it's possible.
Like I've been trying to figure this out, right? Because I've been coming to a whole bunch of like just drama in my head. I can't wrap my brain around it. And this is the problem. The problem is I don't like people, right? And I would like to have a getaway, meaning a getaway away from people. Now, I have some stipulations, I will admit. I don't want to be in the desert and just looking at rocks and sun. I would like some place that has trees on the property, right? And I don't want a house. I mean, if it has a house on it, that's fine. But, I don't need there to be a house on it. I would like a place to just go camping, essentially, like a getaway for the weekend or even a week or two.
Yeah.
And they have some pretty cheap property up near Big Bear, Lake Arrowhead, Big Bear Lake, next to where I live. However, these properties that are for sale are tiny lots that are sandwiched in between. I don't know if you've ever been to a mountain town.
Not really.
Like, all the cabins are like, because they can't really stretch electricity and water and sewage all throughout the mountains. It's very expensive,
Yeah.
So they have these little pockets where the population is. So all of the properties are really close to each other, and they're like a tenth of an acre, tiny, tiny slivers. You know what I mean? And I don't. And the thing is, you can find some of these things for like $5,000, dirt cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't want to build a house on it, and I definitely don't want to go camping in between two houses. That's stupid. I would like some place that's kind of a drive. I'd be okay driving even as much as like 20 minutes into town.
Yeah.
But there are no properties for sale that far out in the mountain areas. Now, if you go to the desert, yeah, of course you can. They got property you can buy all over the place. It's again dirt cheap, but the thing is, all you're gonna be doing there is getting sunburnt and getting bit by scorpions. Not nice. It's not pleasant.
True.
So, if I go like right now, I'm on Zillow. It's a real estate website,
Yeah.
and I'm over here near Hamilton, Ontario.
Yeah.
What's a good area that I would be able to that's near town, that's near Hamilton, that I could buy some property, but I wouldn't have to be around anybody, because I'm kind of realizing that the only solution to this problem is to buy acreages, right?
Yeah.
To buy 10 plus acres and then just go right to the middle of your property and hang out. So that way you don't have to be around whatever, you know?
Sketchbook says Google says yes as long as you register and pay the taxes on it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem.
But
Well, I'm imagining it wouldn't be a problem.
near Hamilton, you probably have to travel at least half an hour to get anywhere that you might be able to be out of town.
Really, there's that much town?
Oh yeah, Hamilton's like about 500,000 people, and we spread
Yeah,
out.
but Riverside's like 500,000 people. It's tiny.
Yeah, but we've got a lake on one side, and we just spread out. Like you go from basically Niagara Falls to like Toronto, and there's not much space in between the towns. In fact, between Hamilton and Toronto, there's no space in between the towns. You have to go.
That's terrible.
Hey, Rebellious. Let me bring up a Google map. I might be able to.
I mean, I have the Google map up. I can see what you're talking about here.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying so I can, figure out where, somewhere that, you might. There might be some space between, say, Hamilton and Brantford, if you go out far enough, or maybe a little bit of space.
Where's Cambridge? Where's Cambridge at?
That's about an hour away. That's with Kitchener and
About
Waterloo.
an hour away. Oh, okay.
It's a smaller town.
All right, let me change the parameters of my search. Okay, so it looks like if I go, what about this place called Mississauga?
Yeah, that would probably be even worse than Hamilton. Trying to find stuff because
Really?
you've got Mississauga is right next to Toronto, and Oakville's on the other side. That's like I said. That's on your way to. That's between Hamilton and Toronto, and there's no space on the sides. As you can see, it says Brampton right above it, and I'm not sure what's above Brampton. How much You might find something above Brampton.
I don't want to be far away from you, Rick. You would be the only person I know up there. Look at dumb old rebellious pastry. Doesn't even know my voice from metal. You need to get rebellious pastry some ginkgo biloba.
Well, you might be able to you might be able to find something between Hamilton and Caledonia.
Caledonia? All right, let me look.
I'm just not sure what the prices are like.
I mean, there's some pretty reasonable prices, I guess. All right, if I wanted to drive to London, Canada from Hamilton, how long would that take me?
I think about an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure. We'll just. I can put in. Let's see. Direction.
I mean, I'm not asking you for specifics. I'm just give me a general idea. In your head. You live there. You know kind of the general.
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, but I don't usually drive to London. I'm guessing at best. Let's see. Hamilton, Ontario.
And what are the laws like in your county when it comes to like having a piece of property and building a shed on it or building a house on it even?
I think you do have to get, well, at least, especially for a house, you'd have to get some sort of permission. A shed, don't think they'd say too much if you just built up, like a small shed.
How long does it take to get, because there's property here pretty cheap in northern New York State. How long does it take to get across the border?
Depends on, what's going on. Each day would be different.
Like for me, if somebody were to ask me, hey, John, how long does it take to get across the border into Mexico? I would say it's very fast to get over, but to get back, it takes about 2 hours. Can you give me an estimate?
Well, anytime that I've gone over myself, I don't think it's taken more than half an hour waiting in line. Either way, going in or coming back.
That's nothing.
And from what I can remember, my mom might be better to know something like that. Yeah, and my time was right. There's a way that says from Hamilton to London, 1 hour and 20, and there's another way that says 1 hour and 27 minutes.
Okay. No sketchbook. I don't like being around people, but I'm not going to go be a hermit and live in a cave, for the rest of my life. I still want to, see people every now and then. Because the thing is, there's so many rules when it comes to like what you can and can't do, especially in California, man. What a nightmare it is to live here. I wish that I was not born in this state. I wish that all my family didn't live here.
Yeah.
But, however, that being said, like for instance, in my county, there's a certain county line, and everything east of that county line, you cannot fire a gun whatsoever on any property, no matter how far outside of the city and whether or not it's unincorporated, and all that stuff. I mean, just once you get past a certain point, they don't allow you at all. And if you go on any property east of that county line area, then you have to be, 300 yards from another home. You can't fire over any established road or pathway, meaning if you have like an area on your property where you can drive your car on like a dirt path, you still can't fire over that even if it's on your property. If it's a path where people cross, you can't fire across that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what all the rules like that would be like in this area. I have, unfortunately, I've never owned property. And Metal's in the thing. It says still trying to move from one commie state to another.
Well, I mean, my only other option is to go. Like, the only other person that I know anywhere would be Mallet.
Well, that's in Wisconsin, which would be similar to. At least.
But that's also okay. But the thing is, he's super old. He's probably gonna die in a week, and then I'm gonna be by myself.
I don't think he's
like.
that
Have you
old.
seen Mallet?
Yes.
Hey, his skin's falling off. He's so old. I'm gonna be like, hey, let's go to the bar, right? And he's gonna be like, oh, I gotta get my hover round. I gotta get my rascal scooter.
Rebellious says to move to Hawaii.
I don't want to move to Hawaii. Ew.
Yeah, he might run into somebody. No, you don't have anything against him. He just thinks you do.
No, I don't have anything against Manny. I don't want to move to Hawaii because the townies, and not townies, but the locals. You know what I mean? Like, it's like even when I went to like Newport Beach or Huntington Beach in California, or when I was over on the East Coast, like the people over there, they're like, ugh, they hate everybody that's from out of town.
Metal says Wisconsin
And like
has
Hawaii
blue cheese.
is full of that. Wisconsin has blue cheese?
Or has the cheese though. He doesn't say blue cheese. He just says.
That's
cheese.
true. I do like cheese. Cheese ain't bad. I'd move to Texas though, but the only person I would know in Texas would be Metal, and Metal's crazy flaky.
Actually, there's a lot of people that you'd probably know in Texas. Tim's from Texas. Brad's from Texas.
Like, it would probably take me like a year. It would take me like a year and a half for Metal to even give me his phone number. Then, like, I'd be like, call him up, and then he wouldn't answer because he sleeps at crazy hours.
And me, Duke. I think is Sketchbook saying he's in Texas? I think Sketchbook's in Texas too. I think he's saying that.
No, he's not from Texas. Sketchbook lives in Japan.
No, I think you're confusing him with Chester.
Oh, I do that a lot. I'd be like, Metal, let's go do something. He'd be like, I'm kind of in the middle of like replaying an old obscure game that's boring as hell. I'm like, okay, I guess so.
So you
I'll go sit on a freeway overpass and just twiddle my thumbs.
So you have 3 or 4 people in Texas, but then again, you were saying you don't really want desert, so. Texas is where the people that don't
let me go look up.
live. Said Rebellious. Wait, I'm not. No, he's saying Metal. I'd rather do shit out of the house.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so the thing is, I know that Metal. Hold on, let me go find. Because I know that Metal lives in like Dallas, Fort Worth area. Is what he's always saying. Where does Timothy live?
I think Austin.
Because Dallas, Fort Worth is not even like that's far as hell. That's basically, it's closer to Louisiana than it is New Mexico. That's all the way over there in Texas.
Hey, it's where Walker was filmed, or close to it. It's supposed to be.
What the hell do I care about a Chuck Norris TV show?
I don't know.
And not only that, I remember driving through like the when you get to the east side of Texas, like Dallas and Houston and all. Like it's gross. It's hot. It's muggy. It's not like mountains and pleasant. It's really nasty. Now maybe this could just be like something I would only go like in the winter months. Maybe, because it is like Louisiana. It's like the swamps, you know. Hello, Rick. Did I lose
Yeah,
you?
no, I'm here. I'm listening. I don't know a lot about
Oh,
various areas of the state. Sketchbook, we don't have just deserts, right? Sketchbook says he's in the ghetto of Texas. Timothy says Salado, Texas, Bell County.
what? Where is that close to?
I have no idea. That's Timothy.
Is it down there? Is it down south, like Laredo, San Antonio, or is it like right in the middle, like Austin, or?
Metal says every major.
I don't want to move next to Timothy anyway.
He says Metal says every major city is closer to Louisiana than New Mexico, except for El Paso and La Barque. Yeah, it is, but somehow my city is worse. We are more humid than Dallas. And he says, I am in South Texas.
He says Lubbock. What the hell did you call it? All my exes live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. Maybe I'll just move to Tennessee. Tennessee was beautiful last time I went through it. It was gorgeous. Like honestly, Rick, I'm gonna tell you, like, I would like it if I could just like I want something within a 5-hour radius of my city. Because I would prefer it if, you know, you get like a 3-day weekend or something. You say, okay, let's just take a road trip out to the property and go camp. But you know, I'm okay driving half a day. I'm not okay spending the whole day or having to get on a plane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What a nightmare! I want to load stuff up in the back of my truck and just go.
Everybody's
And I want it to be I want it to be within like a half an hour of like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, so I can buy stuff, you know, whatever. I just don't know. I would prefer it if I could get there in half a day, but if I can't, if there's nothing available, which there seems to be nothing available within 5, because the thing is, when you're in Southern California, the only places that aren't claimed by cities are just deserts.
Yeah.
If it's any kind of mountain town, either the government owns it, or it's there's no like, what would I call it? What would you call it?
Ghost town?
A biome? There's no like rolling hills with trees biomes in Southern California. It's either desert or it's very nice and people are already there.
Yeah. Sketchbook says, how fast are you driving that you're half a day from Texas?
I'm half a day from El Paso, which is basically Mexico. You know what though? No, never mind. No, not that. No, it's not half a day. It takes me forever because I used to go to Phoenix. Now, granted, I can only drive 55 miles an hour in the truck, but I used to go to Phoenix like every day for a couple of weeks, and that would take me a good clip of the day. It would take me the majority of my driving day, like 8 hours, 9 hours.
Yeah. Metal says, you're looking for the real life big booty instead.
Huh?
Are you looking for the real life big booty homestead? You know, the
Yes.
game.
Yes.
Well, El Paso is like halfway between Dallas and California. LMIO says Metal.
Lamau.
Uh,
I believe it. I'm not looking at a map, but I believe it.
Let's see. Sketchbook says, yeah, I thought Texas was hot. I drove through Death Valley and damn, gave me Kuwait flashbacks. Seriously, Barstow was worse than Iraq. Timothy's like, it's weird. Timothy says it's weird that he spends a lot of time at Home Depot or any other hardware store. Is that some kind of stereotype?
That could be. But I feel like if I could just find a place that I could be happy, and I don't have to live there. It could just be a getaway. But I don't want it to be so damn far that I can only do it like once a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I got a piece of property up there in Hamilton, I could go maybe once a year and spend like a nice long week there. But then the whole rest of the year I'm not using it. It's not making me any money. It's costing me money, and it's just not worth it.
True.
Rick, how are your outdoor skills?
Yeah, lacking.
Would you like that to change?
I wouldn't necessarily be adverse to it changing. Against it changing. You know, under the right circumstances.
All right, I'm gonna look for. Let me go to Hamilton and look for property in Hamilton and see what they have, just to see what they have. Okay, let's go up to. What's a reasonable amount of money for a small house near Hamilton, Ontario?
Nowadays, probably 200,000 or 300,000 minimum.
Okay, let's.
And I think it could be more.
What about a condo?
I would have no idea what a reasonable price would be. I haven't been into watching or looking at that stuff in a long time.
How far away is Burlington from you?
Up, stone's throw. There's a bus that in Burlington that comes into Hamilton, and vice versa. It's one of the cities in between Hamilton and Toronto. There's like literally no over. There's no space in between.
How are you?
In fact,
How
it's where
are
my
you
main
at?
church was for a while. How am I at what?
Barstow is a bad place. Barstow is the most dangerous city in the United States. It is awful.
You're asking how I am at something?
Yes. How are you at property management? How do you think you would be collecting rent from someone? Evicting them, getting the paperwork, going to the court if you got to evict them, that kind of process, getting them, building a relationship so that they would pay on time consistently, scouting out people that are looking to rent, and then siphoning out the bad actors.
I don't know how good I'd be at trying to determine whether somebody would pay their rent and all that, usually. And I'm not sure completely what you mean for property management. Like if there's repairs needed.
If you were a landlord,
for proper, like if major repairs, obviously, I'd have to call like an electrical or whatever. I'd probably have to call somebody in, but railing needed fixed or whatever, I could probably do that myself. I'm not sure whether that's what you mean for property management or.
no, that would be taken care of by probably a local handyman that you would be responsible for finding and hiring, or just having on call. Just knowing how to get things done, because the money to get the fixes would be coming out of their rent anyway.
Yeah.
There would be a budget. Again, you would make more money if you actually knew how to fix things, but again, whatever. Things happen.
Yeah. Well, we've had. Well, what's the name of it? Boarders before in our house came out. Usually, most of them.
How did that work out?
Most of the time, pretty good. I think that they've always all paid. It depends on what deal you've made. With them or whatever. Can't think of anyone that didn't actually pay. Landlord Canadian Shield, says Eagle.
Would you be willing to relocate? You and your mom?
Yeah, I know I would. I've thought about it lots of times for years. I've thought about moving out west a lot of times.
Moving out west? What does that mean?
Well, usually.
You mean like to a different province?
Yeah.
Where would you want to go?
Well, for the longest time I was thinking BC, but even now I'm thinking maybe just even Alberta.
Okay, Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan. Here we go. Alberta and British Columbia. So, there's a city called Edmonton in Alberta. Do you like that city?
Yeah, from what I know, it's a half decent city.
There's also Vancouver, Kelowna, Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary and Edmonton are the major cities in Alberta. Vancouver is the major city in um, BC. It's like it'd be almost like Toronto. Metal says he's got a lot of friends in Edmonton. Timothy says, just give Dillard your house, Rick. No, I don't have a house. I live in an apartment, Timothy.
All right, let's sort these homes by low to high. Price, 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 price. Okay, not bad, not bad. Not great at all, but not bad.
Yeah, I believe
How
he
close
is.
do you need to be to town?
Well, seeing as we don't have a car or vehicle, probably fairly close.
Well, I mean, yes, fairly close. I mean, how close? Like, what do you need in town? Do you need major things in town, or are you okay with being next to a small town?
Oh, I'm being in a small town or whatever, yeah.
Like, do you need to be in a major city to go to, like, the department of whatever, any kind of governmental departments, or could you do things from a post office?
I think I could do things post office or even online. Is Rick buying a house? No. Dillard's, I don't know what Dillard's doing.
Well, I'm thinking in my head here, right? What if I were to buy a 2-bedroom house and you can rent out the room? You live rent free and you can rent out the room and I get the profit from that room.
You've forgotten one thing, John.
What is that, Rick?
It'd have to be more than 2 bedrooms. Unless
Why?
Well, my mom.
I just asked you and you were like, well, it wouldn't have to be my mom. I was thinking of moving out myself, going west.
Yeah, just totally abandoned my mom.
That's why I asked you earlier. I was like, with your mom, because you'd have to go with your mom, you and your mom, and you're like, well, or just me.
Well, I didn't realize that's what you were reading. Somehow I mistook something that you said.
Yeah, you did. All right, so let's look for 3 bedrooms. That's not a problem. Not Rick, not a problem. Let's go take a look. Let's see. We'll change this head. Okay, 3+ bedrooms. Would you be opposed to living in a trailer? A double wide?
I don't think I would. My dad used to live in one, and it was all right, but I'm not sure for my mom.
Dude, my buddy Seth used to live in a double wide trailer. That thing was nice. All right, let's see here. Oh, this is a house on a foundation. It's not even a trailer. It's for $79,000 Canadian.
So that's probably
It is for sale?
70 or
Oh, it's out in the middle of nowhere. For $79,000? Yeah, it's about 70, 60 something, 70. Handyman special or ideal lot for a new home with morning east sun, west front backyard. Lot size is 50 feet by 125 feet. It has 3 bedrooms and 1 1/4 bath. Access to single attached garage. Side door to the backyard. paved front road with gravel back entry.
And Mallet, I have drawn Voltron on here before. Are there Home Depots in the Democratic Republic of China? Yeah, there are. Sketch. We have Home Depots here. Home Depots, Home Hardwares, other independent ones.
All right, I found a house here in Wetaskiwin County. This is far out there, but it's just a short walk to amenities and town. It's a small town, though. And it's only for $130,000, 3 bedroom, 1 bath. We'd have to get another bathroom and put in. Man. Get out of here. This spider. It's a terrible place. Oh, this place is terrible. There's nothing there. Never mind.
Like my dad, he lives up in a little bit northern Ontario, just a little bit north of between Owen Sound and Wyerton. And he lives in a small town. I'm set to inherit his place one day.
What is it? Send me a message of what his town is called, if you don't want to say.
Hepworth. Hepworth. Mallet says you can rent his shed out to me.
Why does he keep saying Sutter Creek? Is Sutter Creek near where you're talking about?
Not me.
There we go. Ontario Real Estate, Hempworth.
Hepworth, not Hempworth.
That's what I said.
Yes, you did say Hempworth, Hepworth.
Oh my. For only $500,000, you can get almost 200 acres. No, this town isn't anywhere near small enough. These prices are still way too high. They want like 200,000 Canadian for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Has my dad's place gone up that much? I don't know.
It must. Yes. Yeah, like the cheapest house in that area is like 184,000, and it's on a reservation,
No.
and it's a trailer for 184,000 for a trailer. Rick, that's
Yeah.
outrageous. What are you doing to me?
I thought it'd be cheaper up there, but it's gotten more expensive. And for those that I'm showing thing, 200,000 Canadian, what is that, like 10,000 American? Oh, probably 150 American, 150,000 American.
That's still too much.
But yeah, there is Hepworth. Here's Hamilton where I live. My dad lives way up here in Hepworth. I'm showing the people on.
Oh, okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's Owen Sound, like I was telling people, and Wyerton. Wyerton Willie. It's a groundhog that comes out every year. We have to, see whether thing. And Shovel Beach. This Hepworth actually has a Tim Hortons. That's probably what's its valuable. There's a Timmy's nearby.
Wow.
I don't think there's even a Timmy. Hepworth only has like 400 or 500 people. Wyerton has like 2,000 people, and I don't think there's a Timmy's in Wyerton. It's because it's on the crossroads. They have Subble Beach here. Oliphant. I have people who lived in this area. Friends. My dad lived in this town, Claverling, for a while. That's where he lived in a trailer. Wait, what area is near you? I'm down here in Hamilton, sketchbook, so I'm not sure. There's Buffalo right there. Or Detroit. Cleveland.
Detroit, Cleveland. I don't want to die.
Yeah, I'm just saying these are sort of border towns. Although technically Cleveland,
Death traps.
Since Cleveland is right on the lake as well, it's not really a border town.
And if it's by a lake, it's probably more expensive. Yeah, it looks like I'm about to send you to the middle of nowhere if I want this to work.
Yeah, what you mean, the chances of you getting another person. To rent.
No, that's on you, because if you don't get me my rent from that extra room, it's coming out of your paycheck.
I get a paycheck? I thought I got free room.
Yes.
In other words, I have to pay room.
Oh, you're not going to get a paycheck from me. You don't get no paycheck from me.
So right. I'm not sure what
if you don't get that room rented out, you gotta make up that cost.
So I'm not sure exactly what you mean for what area is near you, sketchbook.
I don't know either. Oh, it's after 5 o'clock. I gotta go. Damn it, Rick.
Okay, later. Say hi to your wife and family. For those that know me.
I will. I'll see you later, man. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. It's not the real Cleveland. Do I fish? No, I don't. I fished with my dad when I was younger, but my dad and his family are really into fishing. They do. They used to do a lot of fishing through the year. Sorry, Matt, where on the map is your city? Oh. Okay, and I showed you that. So, but yeah, I fished in Georgian Bay here. Is that Georgian Bay? No, that's got to be Georgian Bay right here. No, I'm not too far from Toronto. I'm about an hour's away from Toronto. His wife knows him. Me, Timothy. And I'm pretty sure I fished in Lake Huron. This is going to be all of Georgian Bay right here. Probably fished in Lake Ontario. Might have fished. It's probably fished in other places when I was younger with my dad and all that. Probably even Lake Simcoe because I've been near Barrie. Where's Peterborough? Saga Beach. Aurelia. Uh, Seven Bridge. I was in a Christian camp around this area. Where is Peterborough? And by what's the way further out than I thought? My grandparents on my dad's side used to go up here during summers. I had relatives in this area. What? Rick, when do we get I knew back? Monday, September 6th will be the first day back. And then it'll be Monday and Friday. And then I'll still have this on Tuesday. And hopefully we'll be coloring in pages from Canadian Shield number 2, maybe some from Snowdrift. I'm beginning to, if I'm going to be doing a program, I want to know what I'm going to be doing consistently. For the last little while, when I was doing the 2 shows, I didn't know from day to day what I'd be doing necessarily. I know each week I'm going to be doing my character and drawing and coloring it in. So I think, 2 days a week I should be able to color the pages before I get another page. I'm going to be hounding him a little bit more for pages. My artist, so I get him, hopefully get him a little faster. And I may or may not be getting somebody, probably going to be getting somebody else to do Snowdrift. I might try and do some of the panels bigger up like this. But then again, part of the problem, the other reason I wasn't liking where things were going, I couldn't get the angles in that I liked or that we had tried to draw. And maybe I'll leave Wednesday. I might bring back try and do a talking with show just on Wednesdays. I don't know. I just thought about that right now. Trying to get people on. I guess the other part is just it's gotta start to feel like it's worth doing this. Sometimes it just feels like how much is it worth it? Excuse me. Okay, so now let's figure out this hand. Not exactly the position I was wanting him. So how was everybody's weekend? Everybody have a good weekend? Where did I? Now, it seems about done. Just put so doesn't seem like much is going on now. 8:45. Vomitorium is going to be starting in about 15 minutes for anybody that's interested to go over there. So yeah, I think we'll end. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Thanks for John coming on. And I guess we'll see everybody later. So bye for now. God bless. See y'all later.